And we are recording. What is up, YouTube Kingdom? I am BC King. Welcome back to my playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, the upgraded version of the original Doki Doki. So the first part we tackled the first three side stories. We did both parts for all three of those. So today we're going to tackle balance, reflection, and self-love, and we should beat this today. That's the goal. So let's just get started with balance, which is apparently Sayori and Natsuki focus. So let's do it. All right, here we go. I'm excited for this. Natsuki! While Natsuki is messing with the orientation of her manga in the closet shelf, Sayori approaches from behind and pulls her into an embrace. What? Hi! Hi. The Literature Club has been in full swing since Natsuki joined. Including her, the club is now comprised of 4 members: Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and Monika. Each club member had received a day in the spotlight to share all of their favorite kinds of literature with each other. Natsuki was first and shared her passion for manga. Then Sayori shared her love for poetry, as well as how she goes about writing it herself. Monika, who has multiple literary interests, decided to focus on her day on short stories. And finally, Yuri managed to demonstrate her obsession with fantasy with a little help and encouragement from Sayori. After the week was spent on their presentations, Monika decided to give the club members this next week to freely explore each other's literary interests. Sayori, having spent most of her time in the club so far with Yuri's fantasy books, is rather excited to begin her journey into Natsuki's manga collection.
I want to read with you today. Tell me which one I should pick. Well, that depends on the kind of stuff you like. I mean, there's like romance, drama, comedy, mystery. I like all of those things.
Sayori reaches out and pulls a random book from the shelf and inspects the cover.
Shouldn't this girl be wearing more clothes?
Manga girls don't wear clothes. Come on, have you read manga or seen any anime?
You wouldn't like that one.
In a panic, Natsuki snatches the book from Sayori's hand, then replaces it on the shelf in a less conspicuous location.
Okay, well, if you really have no preference, then let's just start with something that's easy to get into. A lot of these don't start to get really good until like a few volumes in, and I wouldn't ask someone to make that kind of commitment unless they're already really into manga. I can handle it. I did it with Yuri's book at least. Well, I'm more considerate than that. Although I'm kind of impressed by your attention span if you put that much effort into her books. No, I have the attention span of a donut.
You donut! You fucking donut! It's fucking raw!
But I love my friends and I can do anything if it's for them.
Well, okay then. Let's pick you something that even donuts can read.
I didn't say I was a donut, I just said I had the attention span of one. Aw, were you just trying to call me sweet? You're so cute.
No, how did you get to that conclusion? And don't call me that.
A donut?
Cute.
Aw, how come?
She is pretty cute though. I just don't like it, I don't need a reason. Natsuki yanks a book from the shelf and closes the closet doors. If someone asks you to stop, then you just need to stop. People need to realize that. Yes. You cannot, like, you guys have no idea how many times I've told somebody to stop doing something and they keep doing it. And they're like, why are you so pissed off? Because you keep doing it. Like, damn.
I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to hurt you.
Nah, sorry, it wasn't you. Natsuki shakes her head while pulling a second chair over her desk. I was talking about something else. I didn't mean to get angry all of a sudden. Natsuki averts her gaze and mumbles. You're like, well, a nice person, so I wasn't talking about you.
I still learned a valuable lesson.
Sayori speaks softly as well, feeling shy after receiving the unexpected compliment. Well, anyway, here's the book, so just start whenever you feel like it.
What's it about?
Well, it's like a comedy, and there's romance too, obviously. Sayori looks at the title. It's called Love is Another Word for Luck. It's about a girl who keeps accidentally running into the same guys, and then you find out, like, well, you should just read it. You have to tell me what you think. I can already guess who you're gonna ship yourself with. It'd be so funny if I'm right.
Ship? I don't get it.
Never mind. Let's not worry about that yet. Just make sure you tell me what you think.
Oh, okay. I'll start then. Hey, maybe tomorrow we can do poetry too. Oh, yeah, I guess. But don't you want to finish this first? Yeah, but we could do both. I mean, unless you don't like poetry, then I won't make you or anything. No, it's just, well, never mind. We can worry about it tomorrow.
I love doing these voices, man. I want to get into voice acting so bad. Y'all were saying voiceovers would be fun to do. I'd love to do that. If people would watch voiceovers on my channel, I would probably do it. But channel is not, you know, we need to do better with my current content than before whatever, fuck it. I hate my stuttering. Blah, 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 blah. After the club meeting ends with Natsuki and After the club meeting ends and Natsuki and Yuri leave, Monika strikes up a conversation with Sayori. I see you got Natsuki to share some of her manga with you. I really want to become better friends with her. She's so enthusiastic and expressive. I could just listen to her talk. She's so I'm not sure if she meant I can't say it to her or if I just can't say it at all. Say what? Nothing, I'm a woman of respect. But Natsuki is a woman of cute. Oh, I said it. What's so bad about that? I don't know. But you know, there's one thing I'm kinda worried about. Sometimes I'm afraid that Natsuki actually doesn't like me very much. Oh, that's ridiculous. How come you feel that way? Well, I mean, just little signs, like how she always says hi to me after I say hi to her first. And it feels like she only gets excited to talk to me when it's about manga and other stuff she likes. She just seems dismissive a lot. She was like that when I brought up poetry. Yeah, but that doesn't mean she doesn't like you. She's probably just shy, you know? Maybe. My stupid head is just making me worry for no reason. It likes to do that. It's okay, try not to worry so much. Everything will be great. But you can always talk to me about any concerns that you have. I'm here to help. You're the best. Sorry, gives Monika a quick hug. Well, I'm gonna keep trying because I love her and I want to get closer to her. You got this. Man, I love this. Alright. After the next club meeting starts, Sayori is the last one in as usual. Trotting into the room, she sees Natsuki sitting alone by the closet, reading what must be manga. Without hesitation, Sayori pulls up a chair and plops herself down right next to Natsuki. Hello there. Hi. What you reading? Can I read it with you? Natsuki pulls the book away from Sayori. You can't just start in the middle, there are spoilers. Besides, what about the one I gave you yesterday? Sorry, I was just curious. Well, anyway, I've been waiting forever for this volume to come out, and it just came out yesterday, so... Oh, that's exciting! Well, I'll let you read it then. Mm-hmm. Can I sit next to you, though? Sure. Sayori pops herself down next to Natsuki and then pulls out a blank sheet of paper. Natsuki reads in silence, save for the periodic flutter of a page being released from beneath her thumb. From Sayori's side, only the light tapping noises of her pen meeting the paper can be heard. Time passes. Sayori's paper is filled with scribbles, and the margins are lined with stick figures. Natsuki lets out a deep sigh and closes her book. Did you finish? No, but it's a good stopping point. My head is swimming. I need a break. Natsuki stretches her arms. Aren't you bored? No, I was writing. Oh, I saw the stick figures and thought you were just bored. I just draw those when I'm thinking or waiting for inspiration. I made friends with them all. This one is This one is sad because she thinks the night sky is pretty, but she can't look up at the stars in public without everyone thinking she's a weirdo. And this one has problems with his back, but the doctors can't figure out what's wrong with him. What the heck? You're the weirdo. Wanna read the poem I'm working on? Sure, I guess. Sayori slides the paper over to Natsuki. As Natsuki reads through the poem, she furrows her eyebrows. She slides the paper back over to Sayori. Don't you ever feel weird just sharing all your thoughts and feelings like that? I mean, your poems are, like, really emotional. Is that bad? Well, no, it's just an observation. I think people can get closer to each other if they find ways of expressing their feelings. Well, Natsuki begins to protest, but she can't find a good way of putting her thoughts into words. Doesn't that depend more on the kinds of friends you have? I don't know. To each your own, but never met anyone I feel comfortable sharing my poems with. Not that it's you, it's just how I am, so... You write poems? Never told me that, I just thought you wrote other stuff. Yeah, that too, but... You should...
I mean, would you ever want to share? Like I said, I don't do that. But, talk about something else. I'm sorry. It's not your fault. It just makes me uncomfortable. I can't help it. Still, I'm sorry. It's fine. Well, let's move on to something that makes us both happy. I should continue the book you gave me since I didn't get very far yet.
Sure. I just love their animations when they're like doing certain emotions. I love Natsuki doing this. Over the next few days, Saria begins each club meeting by approaching Natsuki with unwavering enthusiasm.
It's Natsuki! Natsuki! Hi, Natsuki!
At the end of one club meeting, Monica, who has become rather invested in Saria's friendship mission, starts an innocuous conversation with Natsuki while she packs up. It's cool that you've been finding time to spend with Sayori. She was pretty excited for the chance to read manga with you. Yeah. I'm sure you've been enjoying the chance to share it too, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Natsuki glances over her shoulder but doesn't reply further. What's on your mind?
Nothing. I don't talk about people behind their backs.
Oh. Natsuki falls silent, but she just fidgets instead of getting back to what she was doing, as though she wants to say more.
It's okay to share your feelings. That's different from talking about someone behind their back. I guess. I just hate when people talk about me behind my back, so I'm better than to do it to others.
Monica shares a bright smile.
You're really considerate. Thanks, I guess, but it doesn't feel like it. You can trust me.
Natsuki stands in silence for a moment, still fidgeting.
I just feel smothered sometimes. I'm not used to someone being like all over me right after we meet. I mean, it's fun to hang out with her, but I just have no control over the pace. I can't just meet someone and instantly become best friends with them and like share everything about myself. That's not how it works. I just want to chill out sometimes. Oh, I didn't realize that was happening. It's fine. Why would you have?
Sorry.
I know, I just feel bad.
What am I doing, dude? What the fuck? This is hard. Okay, sorry, hold on.
I know, I just feel bad about it. I know Sayori, so I should have realized.
Monica navigates through her tinge of guilt, which is surfaced mainly due to her being the one who previously encouraged Sayori's behavior. Despite not knowing the situation, Monica can't help but feel a little responsible. Do you want me to talk to her about it?
No, I wouldn't like that.
Well, I could. I don't know. I could, like, divert her in another club activity for you or something.
No way, that would be so underhanded and mean.
Sorry, I didn't think that one through.
Besides, just because I complain about it doesn't mean I'm asking for someone to solve my problems for me.
True.
I'm sorry. I guess I just instinctively want to try to solve problems, even if I haven't been invited to. It's fine. I would talk to Sayori about it, but it would make things really weird between us. I feel like it would make her just constantly be afraid that she's bothering me. I don't know how to just keep things natural. Well, I think if you do a good job expressing all your feelings, she would totally understand. Sayori would really wants to be the best she could be for other people. I think she would actually be happy that you want to improve your friendship with her. Maybe. Oh, it just feels so dumb, talking to someone about how to be friends with them. It's just weird and not cool.
Monica shrugs.
It's a literature club.
Then she mumbles through a stifled laugh.
It's not the cool club. Hey!
Sorry, that just tickled me for some reason.
Look, I know that you're kind of in a tough spot, and it's hard for you to really express yourself. But you've really demonstrated to me that you're great at self-reflection and critical thinking, even if it doesn't feel like it to you. I think that's the most important part of being able to navigate through these things. So I believe that you'll find the right thing to do. Well...
Natsuki instinctively starts to reject the compliment, but she can't find any excuse to do so.
Thanks.
Natsuki gathers her things and she finishes her thought in a mumble. I'm so glad I joined the club, even if it's weird sometimes. Monica smiles, but Natsuki turns her back and walks away before waiting for a reply. It was an unusual way for Natsuki to express her appreciation, but Monica knew what she meant. It made Monica feel like everything really was going to be okay. Alright. Oh, that's it. Alright. That was kind of quick and easy. OMG. A Twitter account for Monica? Every day, da, 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 da. I forgot the lyrics. Alright, got some music. Cool. I still, I was listening to Hug Energy, like, all night when after part 1. Like, I don't know, I love that whole scene. Just the music, the hugging. So good. Alright, anywho, let's do, Balance part 2. Let's see where this goes. It's lunchtime. Sayori, who usually buys her lunch, is making her way to the cafeteria like any other day. The clamor and bustle of the students is drowned by Sayori's impeccable skill of zoning out. However, her imagination is momentarily interrupted by the glimpse of a familiar pink-haired girl.
Hey, it's Natsuki. I never run into the other club members around the school. Natsuki!
Sayori stands on her tiptoes and waves. Natsuki is busy walking and chatting with her friends, doesn't notice Sayori at first. Then she glances over in Sayori's direction. Sayori waves enthusiastically. Following her friends, Natsuki quickly ducks around the corner.
Hey! She definitely saw me.
Monica is the first to arrive to the club meeting, then Natsuki. Sayori, having glanced through the window to see Natsuki already inside, is unable to work up enough courage to enter.
Natsuki's been so distant with me. I was stupid to think she ever wanted to be friends. She only got excited because she got to share her manga. But aside from that, she doesn't even like me. I should just go home today.
Oh, Yuri! Sorry, but do you plan on going inside?
No.
Why?
I'm sulking.
Oh. Well, sorry for bothering you. Excuse me.
No, don't leave me.
Oh, stay here then.
I don't want to go in. I'm afraid of bothering Natsuki. I saw her at lunch today, so I waved and called out to her, but instead of saying hi, she just ran away from me.
Really? Not bad.
Hey!
Sorry, I'm sorry, that was a joke. It just sounded like something stupid that I would do from anxiety.
From anxiety?
Well, I just don't like attention being drawn to myself.
Oh. Well, that makes sense based on the person you are. But Natsuki isn't shy like that at all. I thought we were friends.
Also, is my webcam... Hold on, let me make sure I'm in the frame enough. Okay, there we go.
But it feels like every day she's just trying to distance herself more instead of get closer. Makes me feel like she was only spending time with me during the club because I was reading manga, but she doesn't actually want to be friends with me.
Well, I feel like I'm missing a lot of context here. Was she in the middle of anything when you approached her?
No, she was just walking with her friends.
With her friends? Yuri pauses for a moment. How do I put this? Sayori, you're very fond of your friends, right? You always want to be spending time with them.
Of course, I don't think there's anything more important to me. I mean, the best parts of my day are always with my friends. Besides that, I really hate being alone, so...
You hate being alone? Sorry, nods. We're very different people. I cherish my time alone. I wouldn't trade it for anything. So, I think... Well, if I was trying to have alone time, that it was being threatened with an interruption, then... It just would not make me very happy.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to do with Natsuki. She was already with her friends, not trying to be alone or anything.
No, I think it's familiar, I think it's similar. It's, well, we're all friends in the club, but we have our own lives outside of the club as well. If you think about it, making new friends isn't some casual occurrence that happens on a daily basis. A friendship is an invitation to intertwine your lives together. But the capacity at which each person is ready to do that might be different. There are friends who just like to have fun together, others who will talk every day and share every detail of their lives with each other. I think when establishing a friendship, it's important to consider the comfort level of the other person. I mean, we don't really know much about Natsuki's life outside of the club, and you don't want to know. It could be that she simply needs to make friends at her own pace rather than jump headfirst into a new commitment.
But that means I really was bothering her?
I just really wanted to be good friends with her, so I treated her like one. Was I actually hurting her?
I don't know. I'm sorry. My insight was really only based on what I understand about my own needs. And Natsuki and I are completely different, so...
Why was I so selfish? Even if all that is true, then it still means I hurt her. I think I messed up. Yuri, with you, I think I was really careful to understand your needs when I was becoming friends with you. But I wasn't careful at all with Natsuki because she... with Natsuki because she already seemed really social. I just took control of everything instead of looking for the right balance. Now I hurt her and she doesn't want to talk to me. How can I let myself do this?
Sayori? I think that, well, there was one time you told me something about the way I saw things in my head being different from reality. It's easy to automatically jump to the worst case scenario, but I think it's more likely that Natsuki doesn't harbor any ill feelings toward you. So I think if we were to realistically consider the situation, how it would cause someone to feel, I'm bad at this. I'm sorry. You're a lot better than me at things like comforting and reassuring people. As long as Sayori gives Yuri a gentle hug.
You're the best, Yuri. I'm sorry for burning you with this. You're trying so hard for me. You're such a sweetheart.
It's not a burden. I enjoy listening to others. And my friends deserve happiness. Sorry, beams.
Well, I think I'm gonna give Natsuki some space. She should do what she wants. And if she does still want to be friends, then I'll learn her needs and I'll match her boundaries. Yeah, I'm sure it's what's best. I wish she didn't feel so awful and guilty. Makes me feel desperate, like I need to make it up to her by trying to make her happy. That's not what she needs. I just have to tell myself that. It hurts, but I guess it means I still need to grow. I really want to grow as a person. If this be better for my friends, I want that.
That's very mature of you, Sayori.
I'm mature.
Oh my god. Sayori hops down and oh my god. Sayori hops up and down on her toes. So, does that mean you'll be going home after all? Sayori shakes her head.
I need to be here to show her that I respect her space. I'll just spend the club by myself today.
Yuri nods in understanding.
You can go first.
Okay. You're blocking the door.
Oh!
Sayori steps aside.
By the way...
Before Yuri enters the clubroom, Sayori interjects.
You said that you and Natsuki are completely different, but I don't really think that's true. I think you're actually really similar in a lot of ways.
Yuri smiles and shakes her head. Sayori, that's absurd. You're very silly sometimes. Yuri turns and enters the clubroom. After a moment, Sayori follows. Alright. A reminder, guys, if you're in Kick Chat right now, we do have a Just Zubat emote, which is based on Monica. So if you want to use it during this playthrough before it's over, then hit that subscribe button. The clubroom is quiet. When Sayori walks in, Natsuki glances in her direction. Sayori smiles and gives Natsuki a quick wave before sitting down across the room. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Sayori decides it's best to continue the manga she was reading, so she pulls it out. However, it looks like Natsuki isn't reading today. She has a sheet of paper in front of her and is tapping a pen against her desk, staring at it. Oh, are we writing today? Monica speaks in a quiet voice, unwilling to disturb the peace of the clubroom. She kneels down at Natsuki's desk. Hey! Natsuki pulls a sheet closer to her and covers it with her arms. Sorry, I didn't mean to peek. Whatever. I just wanted to see how everything was going. It's fine. Natsuki replies dismissively. She glances over at Sayori, who is focused on her manga. Monica follows Natsuki's gaze. I think she's mad at me. How come? I'm busy right now. Ask me later. Monica falls silent. Natsuki looks back down at her paper. She inches her hand away from the top margin, allowing Monica to see. It says, to Sayori. Oh, we're getting a letter to Sai? Okay. Understanding, Monica smiles. She places a hand on Natsuki's shoulder and whispers softly, I'm proud of you. Natsuki looks away, but makes no motion to remove Monica's hand. Monica gives Natsuki's shoulder a quick squeeze before standing back up and pulling away. This is cute, man. I can't wait. I want to see that letter, whatever it says. The end of the club meeting passes. Yuri has already departed. So has Monica, after checking on Sayori and Natsuki to ensure they wouldn't stay too late. Sari was determined to finish her manga volume before heading out since the end was approaching. However, with Natsuki also staying late for an unknown reason, a silent tension hangs in the air. After finishing the volume, Sari brings it to the closet to put it away. She slides it back onto the shelf while Natsuki watches. Then Natsuki gets up and pulls it back out in order to return it to its proper location.
Sorry. I didn't know where it was supposed to go.
It's fine. The two fall silent again, avoiding eye contact. They both look like they're about to say something, but neither can break the silence. A moment passes.
Well, I'll be on my way. See you tomorrow.
Sari turns away to hide her pained expression and then walks away from the closet. If there was any proof Natsuki no longer wanted to be friends, this was it. Defeated, Sari carries herself out of the club room. Oh. Once in the hallway, Sari takes a deep breath and hits her palms against her cheeks to clear her head a little. Suddenly, Natsuki's stammering voice calls from behind.
Natsuki?
Startled, Sari turns back around to face Natsuki. Oh, here we go again! Hug energy! Oh my god, I love this track so much. Here we go. Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice. Also, is this our first, what do you call it? It's like a cutscene, but it's kind of like that, where it's like now in the hallway? Because a lot of them take place in the club room, right? But now we're in the hallway. This is cool. Alright, Natsuki fidgets and anxiously continues with a shaking voice.
I have a lot of things to say.
Me too. But you go first.
Natsuki bites her lip and can't stay still.
Well, first of all,
She cuts herself short, struggling to continue. Trying to force the words out, she stamps her foot and hops up and down a little.
I'm sorry for the thing I did at lunch, and I'm sorry for just being kind of mean lately. It's really hard for me to, I'm not good with things that make me uncomfortable. Especially when it comes to, feelings and stuff. So,
oh, she's blushing! Face burning, Natsuki clams up again. Instead of continuing, she simply holds up a sheet of paper for Sari to take. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see. The best place in the world. I love my bedroom. It's full of bright colors and soft stains. The sunlight shines in and makes everything sparkle. It's the best place in the world. It has all my treasures, all my books, my collections, my memories. All my dreams were born in this room. It's the best place in the world. It has all my secrets, all my failures, my fears, my feelings. Sometimes it feels so fragile that the door will break at the slightest touch, but it's still the best place in the world. But when someone knocks, I get scared. I brace my arms against the loose hinges. Please don't break. Don't come in. I'm not ready. It's my best place in the world. The knocking won't stop. I block the door with furniture. An eye peeks through the keyhole, and I panic. I'm trapped in the best place in the world. I'm not ready to share my favorite place. I need to clean my secrets and make my bed to hide my nightmares. I need to touch them to put them away, to see them again. I have so much to do and I'm scared. I'm not ready. But it's still my favorite place. I still want to share it. However long it takes, if you wait patiently, I'll eventually open the door, and I'll show you the best place in the world. Bro! That was awesome. Damn, Natsuki.
It's a poem. But I thought...
Well, I sucked it up so that I could work things out with you. So just be happy about it. Please?
Sari smiles deeply from the bottom of her heart.
I'm happy that I could express. I feel so awful, but I'm so happy that you would do this for me. I actually realized before the club meeting today that I made a mistake. I got so caught up in the chance to get closer to you that I forgot to think about what you wanted. And that we probably have different ways we like to make friends.
About, the friendship stuff. I mean...
It's okay. I understand, so you don't have to force yourself to talk about it. Your poem did a good job. So don't force yourself if you're not ready yet, okay?
Natsuki nods.
You don't have to feel like you did anything wrong. It was my fault, and I'm sorry. I wasn't mad at you today or anything like that. I just felt very guilty and wanted to give you space. I was thinking it's silly that I just approach you all the time, and I should just let you approach me when you want to. Just whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'll respect that from now on. Friendships should always start with those things. With the right balance.
Natsuki nods again.
One thing about that.
Hmm?
Well, I don't want to have to approach you all the time either. I just want it to be balanced, like you said.
Sayuri nods.
I understand. We'll make sure of that together then.
Man, dude. That was awesome.
Well, anyway,
Now the two of them have found common ground, Natsuki finds it easier to speak more freely again.
I'm not gonna be like sharing my poems all the time now or anything like that, but I guess it wouldn't hurt to do once in a while. Only the best ones. So you better like them, because otherwise I might change my mind.
I like anything you do, Natsuki.
I was just saying.
More importantly, I'd tell you about my new boyfriend.
Ayo moment? Ayo? Can that be an emote, by the way, in the future? Just Ayo? I gotta think of something. I'll talk to Hiro. Oh my god. Huh?
Oh,
From the manga. Okay. Alright. I was gonna say. Bitch, I'm your boyfriend, at least in the main game. If you wanna be.
oh, from the manga. Wait, I need to guess who it is.
Never won't be able to guess.
The two walk down the hallway together.
Oh my god, we have so much to talk about. Darn, I should have told you to save the last 2 chapters so I could see your reaction to the big reveal.
Oh, you wanted to enjoy it with me. That's so cute.
Oh, shush.
Oh man. That was a good one. I enjoyed that one. My favorite's probably still the first one. Sayuri and Monica. That one right there, that picture. Like, they're all amazing, but if I had to pick a favorite so far, it'd probably be Sayuri and Monica. Cause that one was like, that one hit me. Alright, we got some, oh, that one's cute, look at that. I love the cats in the background. Her taking selfies, that's cute. Oh, and here's the, we went from this to this with the new updated art style. It's awesome. I love that. And we got the poem here we can reread. We got oh, when was, oh, acquire all, oh, this is probably like a secret. I'll read that another time, not right now. But that's a cute picture. Honestly, guys, like, I'll tell you guys right now, I do want to do a top, like a top game stream in the future, like how I did my top 50 anime films, but my top 50, like, video games or something, and this might end up being on it at this point. I love this game. And again, I'm not into these type of games, but for some reason, this game's just really hitting me. Like, all the way. Like, holy hell. Alright, well, let's do a reflection. When will my reflection show who I am? Am I bothering you? No. Okay, just checking. Okay, just checking. It's hard to tell since you always look so into it when you're reading. Makes me scared to interrupt. Well, it's within my expectations to be interrupted when I read here. It's mainly when I'm by myself that I don't like it. That makes sense. I guess if you're here in the first place, then you're more ready to socialize. Even if it takes a little bit of prodding. It's not so bad to be social if I let others do the work, so it could be healthy to put myself in a social environment every now and then. It's mostly difficult when I don't know anyone, or there are too many people, or everyone is being too silly for me to keep up with. Yuri glances across the room at Sayuri and Natsuki. Sayuri has her head cocked back and her mouth open, trying to catch pieces of a cookie that Natsuki is lobbing into the air. Oh, that's cute! Oh man, I wish. But the pieces keep bouncing off her face and hitting the floor. Maybe I should say something. No need, they just ran out of cookie. What a waste. They've really become good friends, haven't they? I'm happy. Sayuri seems particularly good at making that happen. The two of them are both on the energetic side, so I suppose it works out well. Yeah, come to think of it, you and I haven't had any much. Oh my god, dude! I need some water, hold on. You and I haven't had many chances to talk one-on-one, have we? Though that may be partially my fault, because I'm supposed to be the one engaging club members. Not at all. I probably formed a habit of drawing minimal attention to myself. The responsibility is equally on me, at least to display some openness to engage. Well, what about during times like lunch? Do you meet up with friends?
I just read. Oh, but I like it that way. It feels nice to be carried off again after a morning of classes.
Do you always read fantasy?
Oh, not always. I suppose it's all I've read recently, but only because I'm in the middle of this series. There are still 2 more books after this one.
I guess those long books suit you well, since you spend so much time reading.
Well, fantasy may be my favorite, but after that I'm more or less indiscriminate to genres. I'll read anything with depth and maturity.
Oh yeah? Even like romance?
Well, there are a lot of books that have elements of romance in them.
Oh, come on, Yuri. You know what I mean. Monika lowers her voice.
It's a guilty pleasure of mine, so I won't tell anyone if you do too. Maybe more when I was in middle school. I mean, I was really lonely, and people were mean to me a lot. So it kind of felt like, please let me think about the past.
Sorry, I just got super curious. You know, we should totally pick out a romance novel to read. That would be so much fun. So wait, this one is about Monika and Yuri, right? I think the last one's about Sayori and Yuri, or Natsuki and Yuri. I forgot, but I think this one's about Monika and Yuri's friendship.
Absolutely not.
Really? Even if it was just between us?
You're asking someone who has no shame, like Natsuki.
Ouch.
Sorry, I swear I didn't mean that.
Well, I guess it was my fault for pressing you. I'm like that for things in my past, too, you know. Things I feel too embarrassed to re-experience.
There's nothing wrong with growing out of things. It happens to everyone. For instance, Natsuki's interest in manga reminds me quite a bit of how intense I used to be about my own interests.
I used to think that she'll oh my god.
Likely grow out of it, too.
Hey, were you talking about me?
No, we were just talking about how our interests have changed over the years.
When did you get into manga, Natsuki?
Like a couple of years ago, I guess. I was already sort of into it before that, but I wasn't really going hard until then.
Oh yeah? What was it that inspired you to get more into it?
I don't know. I guess... let me think.
It was after I discovered a series I really liked.
Yeah, I was just, like, really fed up with a lot of things, and I got super into this one series that I really related to.
I guess I just had an edgy phase where I just hated everyone around me, wanted to be by myself. Hey, kinda like Yuri.
Monika.
Wait, that was a weird voice.
Monika.
Sorry.
That's completely wrong, so...
It's still cool that you both really found your thing. We're almost like opposites, but it sounds like they help you a lot through hard times.
You know it.
Wow, what the heck? Is that book even bigger than the last one you were reading?
It's technically slightly longer, but not by very much.
How high do you think it would go if you stacked up the whole series? Natsuki estimates by holding her hand high above her head, slicing up an imaginary stack. I should get one of those mangas it's like 50 volumes long so I could say I've read more than you. I don't have the money for that. Relatable.
Please, that would hardly count when your books only have a few words per page.
I know, I was just joking.
I could never actually read books like yours, it's too boring for me.
Yuri shoots a glare at Natsuki.
It's not boring.
Chill, I said for me, not for you.
I got my own opinion, I think it's too convoluted. Sayori, are those from the floor? Oh, the cookie bits.
Gross. Also, wash your hands before touching any of my books.
But my hands aren't dirty.
Just do it. Those are there if you can't see them.
Fine.
Sayori tries out the door and Natsuki follows.
Yuri, you look a little upset. What kind of nerd does she have to call my hobby boring?
Well, she did correct herself.
Hardly, she was so condescending.
I don't mind if she thinks it's not for her. I already understand that it's not for everyone.
But she knows well how much she's mean to me. So how about just leaving me alone instead of needlessly telling me the things you hate about it?
I'm sorry, Yuri.
You may be right. This won't be the last time people have strong feelings about what they like and don't like. Especially in the literature club. So I should figure out how to mediate discussions to keep them positive and constructive. For the record, I've always been impressed by the level of creativity in your books and also your ability to get through them so quickly. Thank you.
Okay, well, this is something that I'll have to think about and revisit. I'm sure I can help Natsuki find some common ground with you. Common ground isn't necessary. I just wish to be respected. That then. Either way, I'll do my best. I'm skeptical when it comes to Natsuki. I trust you, Monica, but I'm skeptical. So wait, is it not about Monica and Yuri? Is it about... No, I saw Monica and Yuri in the little picture, so it is about them. Okay, everyone. We have a special club meeting today. As you know, the Literature Club is this place where we get to share things that we're really passionate about. That also means we should be mindful of how we respond to each other's feelings. Hold on, give me a second. There we go. Better seating. I think we have a chance to turn our differences into positive energy for each other. Aren't you being a little dramatic about this? This is important to me. Well, sorry, I just feel like I'm being accused or something. No, I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm sorry if I came out that way. Our conversation yesterday made me reflect on the power of language, and I thought it would be a good topic for the Literature Club, don't you think? I'm sure we're gonna have differences in opinion a lot, so we need to make sure we're prepared to keep a positive atmosphere in the club. If you say so. Sure. The cool thing about language is that it gives us a lot of different ways to express the same idea, or emotion. We have a lot of control over how we want the other person to feel when receiving our thought. This goes for poetry, narratives, casual conversation, basically anything. For example, sorry, what's your favorite food?
I have them organized by category. Should I start with snacks or do you mean full meals? Should I include breakfast?
Oh, jeez. Okay, how about your favorite fruit?
That's easy. Cherries.
Really? I always thought cherries tasted nasty.
What?
Cherries are, they're not that great, by the way. Like, I love strawberries, for sure. But cherries, I'm kinda iffy on.
Cherries are delicious.
Well, it's a pretty strong reaction.
Well, I just don't understand how somebody could think cherries are nasty.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know. Sad?
Defensive, maybe?
Yeah, I got defensive.
See, the reason the reason you had such a strong reaction was just because I don't like cherries. Because you felt like your opinion was under attack. That's weird, right? Something like taste is completely subjective. When I say something like I don't think... When I say something like, I think cherries taste nasty, I'm using objective language. I'm counting Sayori's reality that cherries are delicious with my own, which is that cherries are nasty. Wait, hold on. How is that objective when you just said it was only your own opinion? It has to do with the way our brains interpret the words. You're talking about the reality of the cherries, not your feelings about them. Like Sayori. Let's rewind for a second and pretend I didn't tell you that I think cherries are nasty.
Good.
So, what if instead of that I said, like, I've tried cherries and they're not for me. It's not the kind of flavor I enjoy.
Well, that's fine. As long as you don't call them nasty. Nasty is a nasty word.
Okay, that's... This game, man. Some of this dialogue is so good. Okay, so cherries was kind of a weird example, but I think it gets the point across. This time around, instead of talking about the cherries, I just talked about my feelings, and Sayori didn't get defensive. So instead of clashing with each other, it's like we received an invitation to talk about our differences. Yuri, you don't need to take notes. I'm not gonna quiz you or something. I know that. I was just... Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out. You can do whatever you like. But does anyone have any thoughts so far? Yeah, I just feel like I shouldn't have to put on my language through a filter just to protect someone's feelings. Well, you don't have to. The choice is yours on how you want to come across to other people. All I'm suggesting is it is a tool to help turn your differences into a positive experience rather than just an argument. Right, Sayori?
Whatever you say, cherry hater.
Oh, come on. Sorry, I actually like cherries. I was just saying that to help demonstrate.
What the heck? I've been duped!
I'm sorry, Sayori. I'll make it up to you later. How about a cherry sundae?
You're welcome to dupe me anytime, my beloved president.
Buying your people's loyalty. How deplorable. That describes so many content creators these days. I swear to God. Not me. Never. Never. Oh, like, you would turn down a free sundae, Yuri. You were certainly a fan of those cupcakes I brought in the other week. That was, I mean... I was reading and not keeping track of them. Oh, that's enough. We're getting off topic. So now that we have the gist of it, how about we try with something more relevant to the club? Relevant to the club. Like manga, right? Let's try to have a productive discussion about our differences in opinion. Yuri, do you want to start? Well, I'd rather not, no. Aw, how come? Well, because I don't see how anything productive can come from that. It's gonna start a fight. That will be fine, that's why I'm here to moderate. Let's have a calm and rational discussion. Yeah, give me a little more credit. I'm not a child, you don't have to cuddle my feelings. I always think it's more respectable to speak your mind. Respectable? Yuri's expression changes at that word. As Monica recalls, being respected was the crux of the matter for Yuri. Well, the point of the exercise isn't exactly like, it's fine. I have nothing against anyone personally. You're entitled to enjoy whatever it is you like. I just preferred more depth and nuance in my reading material. I look for stories that are imaginative and sophisticated beyond the surface level. Oh, well, that's just misunderstanding then. I thought you were gonna say that manga's for children or something. Like, I don't hear enough of that. Well, there's plenty of deep manga. I'm not clueless about manga. I read my own fair share when I was younger. What? Are you serious? How come you never told me? Because I'm past that point in my life, and I really prefer not to revisit it. I prefer more mature things now. Excuse me? Okay, hold on. Can I jump in here? Let's try to keep things subjective. Because if you imply that manga is immature, then aren't you implying that someone is immature for being into it? I mean, Natsuki can be a little immature, just a little bit. Well, maybe it's immature to judge people for having different tastes than you. Natsuki.
Nobody's immature. I've read Natsuki's manga and Yuri's fantasy. I love them both in their own way.
Okay. It's great that you like it, but I still find it boring. Boring isn't subjective. Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. Or sorry. Okay, it bores me, that's subjective. But, I mean, the thing about... This is ridiculous. Do you see why I didn't want to participate in this? I knew it was just gonna make people upset. I'm not upset. Like I said, I don't care what other people think. But I always got the impression that you secretly looked down upon me, so I'm glad my suspicions were confirmed. That's not true at all. You're making assumptions. You can't blame me for getting defensive when nobody ever has the least bit of respect for the things that I'm into. The only thing I look down upon is when people make fun of me for just being myself and trying to mind my own business. What, have you looked in a mirror? Tell me again about respect after calling all my interests immature. You can't...
Please stop. Please? You don't mean things you're saying right now. Let's just be friends.
I didn't mean for this to happen. Well, it did. So please don't bite yourself to try and solve other people's problems next time, okay? Damn, dude. Yuri's piercing words send the clubroom into a choked silence as she gathers her things. She leaves. Holy crap. Oh, she said crap. Or here, let me try to rephrase that. Holy crap. Never heard her sound like that before. She must be so pissed. Another bad word. Well, not a bad word, but you guys know what I mean. Well, you weren't very nice either, so I was just saying.
How did this happen?
It's my fault. Yuri wasn't wrong. I shouldn't have tried to moderate a conflict when I know how bad I am at dealing with conflicts. It was a really stupid thing for me to do.
It's nobody's fault, and it wasn't stupid. Everyone in the club is a nice person. Nobody would have expected this. But I guess we're sensitive about the things we really love.
Honestly, she kind of brought it upon herself. Like I said, I don't care if you're not into manga, but if you actually look down on other people for it, that's kind of the point I was trying to make in the first place. It's not about sugarcoating things, it's about just recognizing and understanding our differences. Okay, but here's the thing about that. Yuri actually looks down, Yuri actually looks down on me. It's nothing to do with her word choice or anything like that. So I see what you're trying to do, but I really think the problem here is her, not just like the way we talk to each other, right? I mean...
Yuri isn't like that. She's a lot sweeter than you're giving her credit for. I'm sure she'll be reflecting on this. I do think everyone should.
It'll be fine. I'll figure something out. Wow, I'm just like saying that instinctively. I'm just setting myself up to cause more problems.
This wasn't your fault, Monica. You don't have to beat yourself up over it. If you ask me, it's good that the truth finally came out, because I could just move on now. But, it's fine, I promise. Let's get our mind on this, okay? In fact, it's a good opportunity to read some manga without having to worry about being Yuri's superiority complex.
Damn! Bro.
Don't be mean. I'll talk or read manga whatever you want, but don't be mean to my friends, okay?
Sorry. I'm just bitter. Everything will be okay.
I mean, I don't have the answers, but I at least know that we're all good people and don't want to hurt each other. This will be a learning experience. Monica says that, but her uneasiness given away by how much she has to force the reassuring tone in her voice. This was bound to happen eventually. Natsuki and Yuri have always engaged with each other the least out of anyone, and this is the reason. As Sari and Natsuki proceed to distract themselves with manga, Monica sighs to herself, unable to shake her worried thoughts. Will the club really have to just come to terms with the fact that some members will be incompatible with each other? Jeez. Monica desperately doesn't want to admit that, and she knows Sari doesn't either. But for once, a solution doesn't seem to be in sight. Alright, that was part 1. Dude, I love... Oh my god, dude. Like, honestly, I didn't know what to expect when I, like, first played this. Like, I knew it was about, like, you know, I knew it was a prequel to the main game, and it was gonna, like, you know, go into the details of how they became the club, but, like, I did not think it would get this deep as far as, like, you know, why they dislike each other sometimes, why they, you know, are the way they are, but, man, it's engaging. Jesus. Love it. Alright, oh yeah, here we go. So it's Yuri and Monica for this one, and then it's gonna be, oh! It's actually Natsuki and Yuri for the last one, not Sayori and Yuri. Oh, this might be a 4-parter then. I feel like this one might bleed into the next one. Like, we'll do Reflection Part 2, and then it'll bleed into Self-Love. And then we'll get that big finale of them two finally being friends. Okay, now I'm interested. Okay, here we go. Reflection Part 2. Let's do it. Let me get some water real quick. A new day arrives. Sari arrives at the club room earlier than usual, that is, not late. As she enters, it appears to be empty still. So she sits down at a desk and pulls out a sheet of paper, primed to jot down her thoughts. Sari has made a habit of scribbling her thoughts and feelings onto paper whenever possible, as it tends to serve as her best inspiration for poetry.
My heart feels vacant because the ship sailed away.
Yo.
Yeah! Natsuki?
Natsuki pokes her head out from behind the closet door.
Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you.
But it would have been a lot more awkward if I didn't say anything. I thought you wanted me to listening on your poetry thing.
Yeah. Thanks for realizing that.
Should I let you finish that up then?
Oh no, it wasn't. I mean, I just do whenever it's convenient. You're not interrupting.
Where's Monica, by the way?
Oh, she's out in the hallway.
Huh? Why?
Well, just in case she runs into Yuri. Sometimes Yuri is too nervous to come into the clubroom by herself, so...
Oh.
Jesus, Yuri actually really let things bother her for that long?
She can't control her feelings. For some people, it's really hard to cope when you get a bad thought in your head.
True.
Maybe you can distract yourself for a little while. But as soon as it's just you and your thoughts again, it comes back.
I just want us to have a normal club meeting. It's a lot easier to pretend like it never happened if I'll just ignore it and move on. I don't want to be bothered by this. It's so stupid. Her opinion of me doesn't matter anyway. Besides, it makes me feel really guilty, and I hate that too.
It's okay to have feelings. Doesn't make you weak. Let's figure this out together.
Fine. Only because you're good at this stuff.
Let's try to come up with a happy scene. Maybe that will help us understand where your bad feelings are coming from.
Well, I was happy the way things were before we had to have that conversation yesterday.
What part of the conversation made you upset? Was Yuri being mean about the manga?
Maybe. I doubt it, though. Because my friends and other people make fun of manga all the time, but I just brush it off and ignore them. Something about it really got to me this time. I hate that I'm letting that happen.
Just because it came from Yuri?
No, why would that matter? I mean, well,
Maybe.
I hate that she thinks she's so much better than me because she likes to pretend to be all sophisticated. Yeah, that's what it is. At least if the people decide that they don't like me, or manga or whatever. But Yuri acts like she's too good to even give it a chance.
I'm sorry. Everyone deserves a chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you give Yuri's books a chance?
Huh, after this? Obviously not.
What about before this?
Well, I wouldn't until I got bored, which wouldn't take very long. But if you actually keep an open mind, then it's not hard to realize that a story can be deep and meaningful without being needlessly complicated.
I see. But you know, I like Yuri's books.
Yeah, but you like manga more, right? Sorry, shakes her head.
I like them both. I like them in different ways, but I like them both. I mean, the manga, it's really honest and fun and easy to just let go with. And the fantasy has a lot to interpret and uncover, and it's really rewarding to have some good quiet time together with it. But the most important thing is that both the manga and the fantasy are true to themselves. So I love them both. And I think that there's room for both of them to be in the same club together. I just feel like maybe they have more in common than you would think.
I mean, there is fantasy manga, right? I think.
How do you get along with everyone so well? I was getting into fights with people. Like, first it was with Monica, and then when I was into the club. Then it was you, and now it's Yuri. And I'm always like, oh, that person is being such a jerk, and they just realize that then we could at least get along. But nobody else has this problem. I just keep running away from the reality that everybody is just a jerk to me because nobody likes me. I don't know why, but I don't know what to do about it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I hate it.
Natsuki,
Sari puts a comforting hand on Natsuki's shoulder.
you're a wonderful person. You deserve to be loved as much as everyone else. Everyone has different ways they like to communicate, you know? And sometimes it makes it harder for us to understand each other. I think that sometimes we get lucky and we make friends who are really good at the same kinds of communication, and it feels like you magically connect with them. But other times, even if both people are really nice, it's easy for them to misunderstand each other, or to get the communication wrong. Something that Yuri struggles with a lot too. It can be really hard. It takes a lot of reflection and self-awareness, and vulnerability.
I'm bad at that one. Vulnerability, bro, you have no idea. I always have to be the strongest.
What do you mean? Tell me about that part of you.
Well, it sounds stupid, but I'm really used to people being mean to me. Like my friends, and I guess my dad. Like when I don't get good grades, or even stupid things like if my room isn't clean. What am I gonna do? Sorry. So what am I gonna do? Cry about it? Let myself get upset, then it's just letting them win. I'm better than that. I'm better than all of them. So things always have to be everyone else's fault. It feels like if something goes wrong, and there's even a tiny hint that it might be my fault, then I just get really angry, and I find ways to blame everything else instead.
Do you see yourself as better than Yuri?
If I said that, then I would have sounded really full of myself.
No. Our thoughts and our feelings are two different things. And if we don't like our feelings, we have to understand if we want to learn more about us, or
Blah!
more about themselves.
I can't do this, man. I hate my stuttering so bad.
That's a part of vulnerability, you know? Something that we have feelings that we don't like.
I hate that. My feelings make me a bad person, because my feelings just want to tell me that I'm so much better than her. That she's a judgmental know-it-all who's stuck in her edgy phase, and that I'm just way above that garbage. But I'm terrible for feeling that way.
You're not terrible. You are not your feelings.
But
You are not your feelings. Say that to yourself, out loud.
why does that line hit so hard? You are not your feelings. Bro, this game is so deep. God damn. You are not your feelings. Fine. I am not my feelings.
The way that I like to picture it is that those feelings are like your roommate. You live in the same house and you gotta see each other every day. Even if you can ignore each other most of the time, you're gonna run into each other every now and then, and it's gonna make you feel like poop. So the other option is to get to know each other. You can communicate and learn from each other, and maybe even help each other change for the better. Does that help you understand?
How do you know so much about this stuff? I wonder why.
I just have a roommate that can be really hard to get along with.
Depression? I called it! Before I even saw it, I called it!
Call it depression.
Depression? But you're like the happiest person I know.
I am not my feelings.
I want to be a good person like you.
Aw, you little sweetheart. We're all good people. You and Yuri and Monica. I think Yuri will eventually learn that about you.
Natsuki remains silent, feeling a little overwhelmed. Despite Sayori's kind reassurance, a complicated mixture of pain and sadness seems to fill her, as though flowing from a wound inside her. Was it a result of her vulnerability? No, it wasn't as though she was inflicted with a wound of becoming vulnerable. It was as though she began to rediscover an old wound, one that cannot simply be bandaged and left alone any longer. Damn, dude. It just gets so deep. Oh, this is a new scene, I think. Yuri? What are you doing all the way over here? I was looking for you. Please don't yell at me. I'm not gonna yell at you. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry about what happened yesterday. It was unfair to me for me to put everyone on the spot like that. Next time I won't just try to jump in and solve everyone's, problems. I guess it's a bad habit of mine. Let me get some water real quick. Alright. Anywho. You're not mad at me? I thought you were the one mad at me. I was so awful yesterday. Yuri curls up, recalling the details of the argument. I can't even have a normal conversation without saying something wrong and making everyone upset. Hold on, that's not what happened at all. Let's talk about this, okay? Yuri pauses for a second, then manages a nod. Monica takes a seat next to her on the staircase. I'm having a lot of negative thought patterns and I can't get away from them. What kinds of negative thought patterns? Like everyone hates me. Especially Natsuki. Oh, that's terrible. I don't think that Natsuki hates you. How do you know? Well, because... Monica thinks back to the time that she herself found herself in an altercation with Natsuki. Now, a display of maturity from Monica was enough for Natsuki to reevaluate her own feelings as well. I think Natsuki is just naturally defensive. I think she acts mean when she feels the need to protect herself. But you know, she's really not a bad person. In fact, I think she could be really thoughtful and considerate. She just, well, I guess the way it works is that she wants to receive some degree of kindness first before she feels comfortable returning it. Oh, but that means the burden is on me. I don't know how to say things like that make people like me. Every time I open my mouth, Yuri shakes her head at herself and tugs in her hair. It's okay, Yuri, you don't need to beat yourself up. I think anyone would like you if they had a chance to get to know you. Well, unfortunately, the opposite is true. That's why I'm not talkative anymore in the first place. Because everyone used to think I was weird and talk about me behind my back. This is what happens when I draw attention to myself. Natsuki even said she found it more respectful when people speak their mind. So I did, and then she hated me anyway. That was enough to confirm my fears. But Sayori and I like you, and we got to know you up by now, right? Yuri doesn't seem to have a response. Hey, what do you think of Natsuki? I don't think about her. That's not what I meant, really. I was just wondering if you had an opinion of her. I do. What is it? Natsuki seems to bring out the worst in me, and I feel really ashamed of it. I like to think of myself as a fairly sophisticated person. So for someone to just treat me like I'm inferior despite my tastes, that's just the worst kind of insult coming from someone like her. And it makes me think bad things about her. But everyone else seems to like her, so the only explanation is that it's me who's doing something wrong again. And my feelings about her are wrong. And I'm wrong to get upset over something so childish and inconsequential. No, Yuri. Feelings are never wrong. Well, they're not right. That's the thing. Feelings are never right or wrong, you know? They're just a state of being that we don't always have control over. That doesn't mean they have to control us. I feel like that's something I learned around when I first started the club. We can hate ourselves for feeling a certain way about things, or we can, you know, just acknowledge that they exist and try to understand them better. I can never be mad at you for just feeling a certain way. It's about how you handle them. And I think working through feelings is a great opportunity for teamwork. Here was a dejected expression. You make it sound so easy. You're so mature. And so good with people. I feel like such a child in comparison. Oh, Yuri. I'm far from perfect. But these are learned skills. They didn't come naturally to me either. It's really hard to, like, reflect on yourself and separate your feelings from your thoughts. I just want to be a good person. Well, I think it takes a good person to get this far. That's not good enough. I want to be able to communicate it to her. Communicate what? How I feel. How it makes me feel frustrated and upset when she's so negative and dismissive of the things that mean so much to me. And how it reminds me of me. Because I know what it's like to feel misunderstood and angry at everyone. I know that telling yourself you're better than everyone else is just a defense mechanism. Dude, that last story is gonna hit so hard, by the way. The whole... It's like centered around Natsuki and Yuri. It's called self-love, right? I cannot wait for that story. That might top the first one, if it's what I hope it will be. We'll see, though. We're just people. We're fragile and unstable. But I'm just tired of that getting in the way. I can't stand it when the peace is disturbed like this. Yeah, you can't focus on your reading when the peace is disturbed, right? Because Literature Club should be happy for everyone. Anka looks at Yuri in adoration. I feel like Sayori must be rubbing off on me because I really want to hug you now. Oh, please do hug. I want to see that picture. Sorry, I didn't mean to make you uncomfortable. No, I mean, well, if you wanted to, then I wouldn't really mind, so... Monica pulls Yuri into a short embrace. You're so gentle. I love when you communicate your feelings. I feel lucky to get to see that side of you. I'm sure Natsuki will too. I'm gonna write her a letter. Oh, a letter? What a great idea! Just because I'm not good at talking, especially under pressure. I always let my feelings get the best of me, and I forget to say all the important things, and I say things I don't mean. Well, I think a letter would be wonderful. Such a nice way to communicate. Yuri's face hardens with determination. Determination! If you know, you know. People don't naturally gravitate towards me what they do for you and Sayori. My personality is just isn't suited for that, sorry. And I wouldn't want it to be. But something I've learned is that friendships don't always just magically appear out of thin air. For instance, I never would have seen myself making friends with someone like Sayori. We're opposite in a lot of ways. But I'm friends with her because she puts so much effort into understanding me, so we can get along. I think it was the same with you. You both gave me a lot of time and patience. I wonder if she feels the same way. Natsuki? Yuri nods. I always thought that if I wanted to make more friends, I had to be somebody that I'm not. That there's a type of person or a magical formula that I have to follow in order to make someone like... in order to make someone like me. And that's just like me to think that. Always so occupied with myself that I fail to understand other people. Yuri shakes her head. Friendship happens when you think about the other person. When you offer time and effort to understand them and respect them and trust them. And trust that they also want to be a good person. That's what I learned through my observations in the Literature Club. Observations? Monica is caught by surprise. Yuri has always kept to herself so much that it's so unusual to hear her suddenly talking about the club like this. But Yuri gently smiles to herself. You always let me listen to your thoughts about people. Sayori too. And it makes me happy because I learn a lot of things. That's so sweet. I had no idea it meant that much to you. Monica never thought much of it, but in the past weeks, Yuri always seemed to be especially attentive when it came to the problems and the concerns of others. Always wanting to listen and learn more about her friends in the club. It's true, Sayori and Monica are naturally more comfortable with other people and can more easily work through situations of conflict. But that doesn't make them better people. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses and the capacity to improve. And the first step towards improving oneself is reflection and self-awareness. something that Yuri never gave herself enough credit for, but that Monika can recognize as an incredible trait. And with that, her confidence in the club is restored. Alright. A very shy girl with long pretty hair is wandering the bustling lunchtime hallways, her fist pressed into her collarbone. When she finds the literature club president's classroom, she stands at the door, glancing all around her before peering inside. Monika is sitting and chatting with a group of unknown friends. Yeah, as expected, this was a bad idea after all. Suddenly, Monika glances toward the door, making the girl panic and duck out of sight. Before she can regain composure and decide for sure to leave, the classroom door gently opens. Oh, I thought for some reason it was somebody other than the four girls. For some, I don't know why I thought that. Because it was like she's with her friends in the club, and I'm like, wait, is this some new girl we're gonna meet for the first time, or is it us? But no, it's Yuri. I don't know why I thought it was someone new. Yuri? What a surprise to see you during lunch. Yuri speaks a response. Please help me. What, is everything okay? Yuri shakes her head. I don't know how to write letters. Thank goodness. I thought there was some kind of emergency. Monika briefly glances over her shoulder at their other friends. Do you want some help? We can go find empty classroom. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so they're not in the club room then, right? I think it meant that Monika's with, like, other friends, not Sayuri, Sayuri and Natsuki. She's with, like, her school friends, not the club friends. Okay, that's probably why I misunderstood. I'm like, wait, what? Do you want some help? We can go find an empty classroom or something. Is that okay? I feel bad taking you away from your friends. It's totally fine, I promise. We weren't really doing anything. One sec. Monika trots back into her classroom, says something like, I gotta go to her friends, then grabs a pen off her desk before turning to Yuri. Okay, let's find somewhere quiet. Yuri nods and follows Monika as the two of them set off. How are you today? Huh? Me? Well, yes. Oh gosh, sorry, I was just caught off guard. I'm doing well today, just tired. I never seem to get enough sleep during the week. How come? Oh, I don't know, I think I'm just easily distracted. I get really sucked into things and start neglecting the time. Me too, I do that too. Hey, this classroom is empty, let's go in here. After peering inside, Monika opens the classroom door and the two of them enter. Yuri's moment of relaxation ends. She watches as Monika pulls two chairs up to the same desk, then obeys as Monika beckons her to take a seat. She stares down at the empty desk. You nervous? I don't want to do this. We don't have to, we can come up with something else. Yuri shakes her head. It's my chance to do something good. I need to take initiative. Gosh, you must be really determined. Determination! I'm sorry, I gotta keep saying that every time I hear that word. I know how hard it is to step out of your comfort zone. I'll be sure to encourage you. Yuri pushes through her anxiety and grabs a handful of lined paper from her notebook. And she picks up her pen. Oh, look at this picture, this is cute! Hey, you're left-handed, that's neat. Yeah. You don't have to worry about bumping your arm. Monika playfully rubs her shoulder against Yuri's. Sorry, I'm just being silly, I guess. Anyway, how about we start by listening to the different things you want to say to her? Yuri thinks. I feel embarrassed all of a sudden. Aw, it's okay. How about some of the things you said to me yesterday? But, never mind, I guess I'll try. Yuri thinks for a moment longer, her tension evident. Then she writes the word reflection. That's the title of the story. This is about my reflection on our behavior. The key question is why we act like this towards each other, but haven't been able to separately be friends like with Sayuri and Monika. That's me! Yes, it is. So, Yuri thinks. I've been able to befriend the two of you because you've taken the time to understand my needs and respect my interests. The same goes for Natsuki too. We started off as pretty hostile to each other because I was so worried about getting what I wanted, but she just wanted to be respected more than anything else. Once I stopped making it all about me, she was able to do the same. I want to do that too. So what kinds of things do you want to do for her? I want to do the same things for her that I like to receive. I like it when people respond positively to the things I talk about and not just brush me off. I like it when my feelings are taken seriously. And And I like when you and Sayori just trust that I want to be a good person, even when I'm not doing a good job at it. Let's write those things down. Okay. Yuri writes some things down. I think the most important thing to remember here is that Natsuki is feeling vulnerable, so we should make sure that the letter puts her first. It's hard when you're feeling hurt, but it never helps to just tell someone all the things that they're doing wrong. I think first you have to make sure that they know you're ready to respect them and listen to them, and admit the things that you feel you could do better. Then finally you could ask him, or you ask what you like in return. How does that sound for the structure? It could be 3 paragraphs, 1 for each of those points. I like that. My thoughts were so disorganized, I had no idea how to come up with any kind of structure. You're so amazing at these things. Oh, look at the way she's looking at her, too. That's so cute. Man, I love this. Oh, stop. You've done so much for more than I have, you know? You've spent so much time reflecting and being open-minded. That's the hardest thing for anyone to do. All I'm doing is helping you put it on a piece of paper. So I think you're the amazing one. Monica gives Yuri's hand a quick squeeze. But she lets go, she's caught by surprise when Yuri curls her fingers to hook Monica's hand in place. For a while I sit like that in silence, save for the occasional scratching of Yuri's pen against the paper. Can we see them hold hands though? Like, come on, I want to see that. Yesterday you told me something that I'm thinking about a lot. What was that? The thing about how feelings aren't right or wrong, and that they're just a state of being we need to come to terms with. Made me think about how a person's behavior isn't always just how they decide to be. It's also made up of their past experiences and their insecurities. I think that helps me see other people as actual people rather than insignificant side characters who are out to get me somehow. Is that how you thought about Natsuki? Yuri nods. But in reality, everyone is always trying their best, and everyone wants to be happy. Monica peers over at Yuri's paper, but to her surprise, Yuri pulls it in closer, partially covering it with her arm. I have to be able to read it. I have to be able to read it to help out, you know? It's okay. My thoughts are a lot more organized now after being able to talk to you about it. Now that I'm actually putting it on paper, I realize I'd really prefer others not to read it. Yuri laughs softly to herself, a rare expression. I'm kind of glad to hear that, actually. I somehow keep finding ways to button this whole thing. I've done enough damage. It's also been so wonderful talking about this. I mean, I always thought you were really smart, but... Yuri smiles. I will always be terrible at these things. People are just so incomprehensible to me. I'll never get the hang of being one. But listening to you so much has really helped me make sense of some things. So just don't call it damage, please. Manga gives Yuri a gentle smile. I can't believe I came to this club looking for fantasy geeks, and all I got was real friends who value me. Bro! I love this. I love this so much. Is that a joke? Of course it is. I still can't tell with you. Oh, wait. I thought that was... Was that Monica saying that? Sorry, I did the wrong voice. Oh, well. Sorry. No, I love... Or, sorry. No, I love it. Please never change. As you wish. Yuri glances at the clock. We're almost out of time. Will you be able to finish? For the end of the day, probably. But I don't want to come to the club the same day as Natsuki reads it. I'm too shy. I can give it to her instead if you'd like. Yuri nods. As long as you promise not to read it. Of course, I promise. Thank you. Yuri exhales and the two stand up. I'll message you when it's ready. Monica nods. Good luck, I'm here if you need me. Yuri returns a nod and the two depart. Alright! Dude, like... This game really... Oh, look at this picture. Oh, this is cute. She's like dropping the papers, and I love that in the background, the tea and the books. God, man, this artist is so good. Love it. Like, again, this game might be in my top 50 now. I gotta finish this first, but I think it will be. I love this game. And again, I'm not into these type of games. I'm really not. I am not a visual novel sort of person. But this game is just so freaking deep and relatable and cute and funny at times, and just like, it's just pictures and text, and I'm just engaged the whole way through. I love it. Got some mail here. Focus on our goals. Okay, I'm not gonna read that. It's like unneeded info. We don't need to read that. It's just random stuff. Alright, well guys, we're on to our last story here, being self-love. Let me go ahead and do some real quick, and then we will continue here. Also, a reminder, guys, make sure you guys do these things if you guys haven't done so already. Hit that follow button, subscribe for some cool emotes and other cool stuff. And with that, let us continue. Give me a second. Alright, we're good. Alright, let's continue. So last up we have Self-Love, which is between Natsuki and Yuri, obviously. And I am so hyped to see this ending, dude. I am so hyped to see this ending. So hype. Alright, here we go. Boosh. It's only been 1 day since Yuri's letter was delivered to Natsuki with Monika's help. Oh, wait. We're not gonna see it, like, as it happens? Because Yuri chose not to attend the club meeting that day, she and Natsuki haven't faced each other since. Jesus! Although it's only lunchtime, Yuri finds herself anxiously counting the hours until she will need to face the outcome of her efforts, whether good or bad. And because the passing by of students was making her feel even more anxious, Yuri picked out the most secluded spot she could find to spend her lunch. Because this staircase is under maintenance, no student would have any reason for coming here. It's such a relaxing feeling to have a moment of solitude in the middle of a frantic school day. Oh, here we go. Eep. What are you doing here? I just... Yuri grips her book with enough force to wrinkle the pages beneath the pressure of her thumbs. Well, what are you doing here? I just came to get a drink from the vending machine. The other one is out of the drink I like. Yuri notices Natsuki fidgeting with a few coins between her fingers. She nods, avoiding eye contact. Natsuki, also looking away, shuffles over to the vending machine. It's so quiet that every one of her movements seems to reverberate through the entire stairwell. After far too long, she finally receives her beverage, which she then fidgets with in place of the coins. It's some kind of iced tea. But instead of leaving right away, Natsuki just stands in place. She glances all around her. It's like way too quiet back here. It's creepy. I mean, that's not what I meant, really. I mean, it's totally cool that it's your thing or whatever. Like, I can see how it suits you, so... Not because I think you're creepy or something. I didn't mean that either. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking. That seems like a good idea. It's okay. Everything is okay. Yuri finds herself attempting some words of comfort after hearing Natsuki stammer herself into dejection. Seemingly in response, Natsuki approaches the base of the staircase and hesitantly sits herself down near Yuri. This is part 1, by the way. This was like part 2 already. Like, what? Well, I can leave if you want. Yuri shakes her head. Natsuki twists the cap off her drink and takes a sip. By receiving Yuri's general permission, Natsuki doesn't say anything more. Yuri continues to read, or at least pretends to. And the two just sit there for a long time. The tension seems to fade a little bit as time passes. Even without any words, it seems to mean at least something, though it's not clear what that may be. Lunch ends more quickly than expected. Natsuki is the first to stand up with her empty drink bottle. Are you coming today? To the club. Yuri nods. I'm sorry for being so awkward. I'm really bad at talking about this stuff. I just can't for some reason. I don't know why. But I want to, eventually. There's no rush. I promise. Thanks. I can't wait, dude. I cannot wait for this. It's the next day. Natsuki appears from around the corner and steps up to the vending machine. Glancing at Yuri, she does so. Seishi seems to be holding some kind of book as well. Oh, you're here again. Well, I just came here to read this because there aren't any people around here. Oh, I thought you didn't like how quiet it was. Well, I don't, but there's no people here. I see. Natsuki sits down. The mood feels much different today than it did yesterday. After yesterday's lunch and the club meeting that followed, Natsuki and Yuri are beginning to feel more relaxed around each other again. Although Yuri's letter is still lingering in the back of Natsuki's mind, she continues to to detour around it. But it's okay that I'm here?
Yeah, I don't care.
I mostly just don't feel like dealing with the crap I get from my friends about it. Especially since, like, they all just assumed I stopped reading manga after I joined the literature club. That's terrible, friends.
Not that I'm trying to hide it from them exactly.
But I just don't want it to come up again now that after I waited so long for this new volume to come out. What do we must at this point? You don't have other friends who are into manga? Not unless online friends count. Relatable. And Sayori, but that's different because she's not exactly into it. She just likes it, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Honestly, you're lucky that the books you're into at least just look like books, so you don't have to feel like everyone is constantly judging you by what you're reading. That would be so awful. Especially since I already hate attention so much.
Well, it's a good thing I have thick skin, I guess.
By the way, I would totally recommend finding some friends online if you haven't already. If you're like me and have no one to share your hobbies with. Oh, I have online friends. Since middle school, actually, I was especially desperate back then. It's somewhat embarrassing to reminisce about those days. Sometimes I feel like the me from a few years ago would have benefited from a good smack across the face.
Oh, whatever. We're all just stupid kids back then anyway.
Some of the fanfics I wrote. Ain't gotta use a pseudonym. But I liked it at the time. I got a lot of fulfillment out of it. And plus, I can look back and say with confidence that I've become a better person since then. So, I don't think I would change anything. I wonder if a few years from now we'll think the same thing about our current selves.
Probably.
Does it make you uncomfortable?
No, of course not. I don't care what other people think of me.
Especially someone who doesn't even exist yet. Okay.
Alright, here.
Natsuki raises her hand to her face and forcefully slaps her own cheek. That's me from the future coming to terms with me right now. Also, ow, I didn't mean to do it that hard. Yuri doesn't seem to react. Then, to Natsuki's surprise, Yuri's shy looks the other— What is this fucking bug? Go away! Stupid? Sorry. Yuri shyly looks the other way before lifting her arm and doing the same thing to herself, loudly smacking her cheek. She turns red and stares into her lap, but is unable to hide a smile, as though it was a really funny joke. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I didn't know you had it in you. I don't even know why I did that. Maybe I thought it would be funny. Sorry, I keep distracting you. You said you were looking forward to reading, but I keep going on about all this nonsense. I'll let you get to your reading.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I guess I'll do that then. The conversation ends quickly and Natsuki opens her book. Dude, part 2 is gonna slap, you already know. The two read silently for the remainder of the lunch hour. The whole time, Yuri feels distracted by a twist of regret over having so abruptly forced the end of their conversation. You're back.
Yeah, I'm here to lay low again.
Another day has passed. During lunchtime, Natsuki finds herself having wandered to the stairwell once again. Or, sorry, once more, whatever.
Hey, did you buy that?
She quickly notices a bottle of iced tea on the staircase where she normally sits. Yuri nods, avoiding eye contact. Did he buy her a tea?
What, like, for me?
But she didn't know I was coming here today. What if I didn't show up? Well, I would've drank it myself, I guess. It was a stupid thing to do.
No, it wasn't stupid. I just thought... Never mind.
What I meant to say is thank you. That's a really nice gesture. It's okay if you don't feel that way.
I do.
It was the other things I didn't mean. I swear, please believe me. Yuri pauses then nods. Talking is hard. I get it wrong a lot, or I get it wrong a lot too. So I believe you. Natsuki exhales in relief. She then sits down next to Yuri and takes a drink. Knowing Yuri, she was probably overthinking it so much that Natsuki's tepid response filled her with self-doubt. I'll do something nice for you next time. Please, don't feel obligated.
I want to.
I want to do nice things too. Okay. Thank you. You can thank me after I figure out how to do something nice. I'll do it then too. Natsuki sighs.
nothing. It just reminds me how I haven't been getting along with my friends lately. Is that why you've been coming here? Oh, sorry. Is that why you've been coming here? Well, no. Not exactly. I haven't been avoiding them on purpose or anything. There are just other things I'd rather be doing during lunch lately. I like being around them when they're all just having fun, but they also just can't take anything seriously. So, when I'm, I don't know, feeling serious, their attitudes just really get on my nerves. It's only gotten worse ever since I joined the literature club. How come? I don't know. I feel like I used to be really good with just putting up with it because it would be so stupid to just cause drama over a joke I didn't like or something. But I just have a hard time doing that lately. But it's my fault for being overly sensitive. If I have a problem, I'm not gonna make it for everyone around me to change. But yeah, I know. Monica and Sari really don't agree with that kind of thing. They're not in my position, so it's easy for them to say that you can just communicate your feelings or whatever. It's not like my friend group does that kind of thing. I'll just be making an embarrassment of myself. Sorry, none of this has anything to do with you. I don't know why I'm talking about it. It's okay. I like listening. What, listening to other people's problems? Yes. That's weird. Sorry. I just like learning about people. Do you think it's weird? No, that's not weird. I probably just misunderstood, so... I don't know, does that mean I should keep going? If you'd like. Okay. Well, I don't know what to talk about now. What are some things that you like about your friends? A lot of things. I mean, they're really fun to hang out with, like after school and on the weekends. And they really like my baking. And it's fun to complain about school together. They make me laugh a lot, and we have a lot of good memories and inside jokes. Oh. I'm bad at a lot of those things. So? Are those all things that are important to you? Well, kind of, but they're not things I need to get out of everybody. Everyone in the club is really different from that, but I'm still friends with them, too. Well, Sayuri really likes your baking, and she makes you laugh. And she complains a lot. That doesn't mean she's anything like my other friends. Well, unlike them, she's a nice person who cares about your feelings. Excuse me? How about you don't talk that way about my friends that you don't know anything about? Oh man, and it got ruined. Natsuki stands up. No, wait. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I didn't want to say something bad. Please don't leave. Natsuki sighs and shakes her head. It's fine. As long as you understand that you can't just judge people like that. I'm sorry. Natsuki sits back down. You can't just compare my friends like that and like measure who's better than who. Everyone's different. I'm sorry. I just don't like people who want to hurt you. A moment of silence stretches between them. They don't want to hurt me. We just like to tease each other about stupid things. It's fun. I don't like that. Well, that's why I'm friends with them and you're not. You like it? Just don't worry so much about me. It's not worth it. I'm sorry. Wish I knew how to help with social conflicts. Like how Monica can. She's good at these things. Not really. Also, I don't always want help. Sometimes it's just stuff I have to do with myself. That's what Monica and Sari never seem to understand. Sometimes all you do is look at them wrong and they're like, "Aw, what's wrong? Is everything okay?" Relatable. I just want to mind my own business sometimes, and decide myself if I want to talk about things. No one who understands that is you. So you really shouldn't be so hard on yourself. You're not as bad as you think. Oh, you don't need to reassure me or anything. I mean that. Plus, it makes sense that someone who doesn't talk a lot would make a good listener. Thank you. You're also nice. It's really hard for me. It doesn't come naturally at all. It's so weird because I always thought of myself as someone who can just say whatever's on my mind. But I feel like it only works when I'm annoyed or upset or when I want to say something mean. Why am I like that? You don't have to answer to that. I'm just talking to myself. Yuri nods and remains silent. Natsuki notices her fidgeting with the pages of her book. How come you like reading so much? Oh, well, a lot of reasons, but I just get sucked into it so easily.
It's so immersive. I want to be a part of it. I think there are a lot of things about people in real life that make me feel uncomfortable and frustrated. Especially when it comes to following social conventions and group interactions. I just don't really understand it, and I have no real desire to participate. But it's different with books. It feels like I always want to be around the characters. I feel such a strong emotional connection with them in ways I never felt with real people. That's me in video games a lot of the time. Just saying. I have played so many games that I wish were like real life because of how much I enjoyed it, like the world and the characters and whatnot, and the story. So, in that way, it can sometimes feel more real than real life. Really? Is that hard for you to be around people, like, all the time? Fairly often, especially in group settings. When people are making all kinds of conversation and saying jokes and all that, I don't know what to do. I just disengage. Oh. That doesn't get lonely? I don't think so. I can still enjoy spending time with people one-on-one, and I have online friends too, of course. Do you ever wish that you could be friends with the characters in your books? All the time. Sometimes so badly that it makes my heart ache. Yeah, me too. Really? Mm-hmm. A lot. Like, more than anything. After Natsuki mutters that, silence fills the stairwell once more. But it's mutual silence. One full of understanding. Oh, wow, dude! We're only at 10:30. This is gonna be like a 2-hour part, which I'm fine with. This feels a lot quicker than the other one for some reason. Not that there's a problem with that, but I'm cool with it. We got no new music or pictures or mail. That's fine, I guess. Alright, well guys, we're at the finale. This is it, Self-Love Part 2. I am so hyped for this. I want to see a picture of these two, either hugging or embracing or doing something, because like, this story has been so good. Probably my favorite one now, after, the first one being Monica and Sayori. That one was also really damn good, but this one is going to be another level, I feel like. I am ready for this. Let's go. The finale of Doki Doki! Until a sequel comes out, hopefully in the future. Hey. Oh, hello. I almost thought you weren't coming today. Yeah, well... lunch is already more than halfway over. Natsuki had typically been meeting with Yuri in the stairwell much earlier, since it had been a good way of dodging her friends when she didn't feel like seeing them. Today she's holding a large plastic container in both hands. I ran into my friends, so I hung out with them for a while. Is that so? Yeah. I was in a good mood today, so I figured I should. I hadn't seen them in a while, which I had to come up with an excuse for, but I expected that. Plus, I have way more of these than I know what to do with, so I figured I would share them with, I would share with them too. As she sits down, Natsuki opens the lid of her container. You made cupcakes. You know it. It's been a while at this point, so I figured out it was about time again. You can take one if you want. Yuri takes a cupcake and carefully twirls it between her fingers. It's brown with dark green frosting immaculately shaped into a floral pattern and topped with some kind of glittery powder. How pretty. I just ate, so I may not be able to finish it. Ready for the club? Yeah, I guess so. I didn't really think about it, I just made them. I just thought that because green is Monica's favorite color, right? Is it? I didn't know that actually, that's a interesting fact. Well, yeah, but that's not really... Yuri takes a small bite. This is green tea flavored. I love green tea. Oh yeah, I do remember that! She loves green tea! Oh, do you? It was just a random idea I wanted to try, so... Don't laugh at me. I'm not... I just felt happy. Oh, sorry. Usually when... Never mind. What I mean is that I'm glad. Sorry for saying dumb things again. I just wanted to do something nice. This is something I happen to be good at. I do know that you like them, from past experience. Yuri turns red, recalling the time she treated herself rather generously to Natsuki's cupcakes. Ironically, her mouth is too full of cupcake for her to stammer an excuse, so she just settles for her disapproving look. How'd you get into baking? Oh, well, I don't know, I kinda just always appealed to me. Well, a few years ago, I read this one manga with a lot of baking, so I got, like, super into it for a while. I was probably making stuff almost every day. But it's something that I always knew I liked anyway. It's like, baking is like art, but when you get good at it, it gets more delicious, too. I'm struggling to imagine myself putting my heart into something so artistic, knowing that I would just be eaten afterwards. Haha, yeah, maybe you're too practical for it. I think I prefer to be on the receiving end. That's my other favorite part about it. Something that I can do that makes a lot of people happy, like unconditionally. Everyone is always so thankful, and in that moment you get to be like the bringer of joy. I don't know, it just makes me feel valued? Valued? Yeah, I guess that. So you're able to make up with your friends today? Wasn't really anything to make up with them about. We weren't fighting or anything. You weren't? Maybe I misunderstood. Only turns into a fight if I lose my cool, and that's unnecessary drama. It only makes things worse. So they're not gonna stop? I mean, it only happens sometimes anyway. It's just the way they are. I'm the only one who ever has a problem with it. It's not worth it. Especially since I have somewhere to go now where I don't feel like hanging out with them. Oh, I see. The cupcake's empty foil wrapper audibly crinkles as Yuri clenches a fist. I'm glad that the situation is resolved. Now you don't have to avoid them anymore. Yeah, me too. And I don't have to bother you during your alone time anymore. You have a lot of reading to catch up on. Oh, we're about to get something good. Yeah. I know that cupcakes are basically nothing compared to all the stuff you've done for me. But it's the best I can do. So you can have the rest of them. Natsuki grabs the box and slides it over to Yuri's feet. Yuri stares at the box. And she shakes her head and slides it back. You save them for your other friends. But I made them for you. Natsuki's voice whines as she protests. I know. I like them very much, exactly as you thought. You succeeded. But I know you could care about making your other friends happy too. And this is the way you know how to make that happen, then I'm not going to take it from you. No, they were for making you happy. You make me happy. You're worth more than cupcakes to some people. That's why they want to spend time with you. And be your friend. Without warning, tears pour from Natsuki's eyes. She pulls her knees to her chest and starts sobbing into her arms. Natsuki? I'm such a bad person. Yuri stammers, feeling panicked. I didn't mean to say something bad. Natsuki shakes her head and wipes her eyes. You didn't. I just... Natsuki tries to choke back her sobs, but struggles to speak through them. I just really hate myself sometimes. And it feels so wrong when you say those nice things to me. Like I don't deserve it. I'm sorry. No, I am. I'm so difficult. And I can't think of even a single thing about myself that somebody would like. And I hated myself for bothering you during lunch. I just thought it was my chance to be a good person, like to be nice and do the things you wrote about in the letter. I knew if I tried in the club, Sayori and Monica would be super annoying and make a huge deal out of it. You know, I think a lot of those negative things too about myself. I never felt like a good person. I always scrutinize everything I say, and later I feel like I said all the wrong things. I spend so much time thinking about myself, hating myself, and feeling like everyone else must hate me too. So I understand some of that through my own experience. That's why I wanted to write the letter and express my feelings. It pained me to see those things in someone else that I saw in myself. Natsuki sniffles. Yuri rustles through her bag and pulls out some tissues, then hands them to Natsuki. Monica told me that it takes a good person to reflect on these things. The desire to improve yourself, that makes you a good person, so don't worry so much. Also, there are things about you that people would like, so... Like what? Like how you're fun for people to be around. and you're not shy, and you know how to make people laugh. And you're very passionate about things, and you know how to take the lead. And you care a lot about other people. And just a lot of things. Oh. Well, now you're making me feel really embarrassed. Well, you're the one who asked. Don't you think I feel embarrassed? Natsuki tries to hide a smile, then she sighs as it fades again. Every time I come here, I always think it's the last time, but then I keep coming back for some reason. Is that bad? Just really confusing. I mean, my friends and I go way back, so ditching them all the time feels like, I don't know. Feels like what? Natsuki's voice gets quiet. Maybe I'm scared that they'll get mad at me. I really don't know what to do. She pauses. Yuri stares in the distance, tracing her eyes along the patterns of the floor tiles while she thinks to herself. What would you do, hypothetically, if your friends were happy for you instead of mad at you? Happy for what? Happy that your new club is making you happy. Well, that's just not a fair hypothetical. Natsuki says that, but with a little confidence in her voice. I always told myself that I don't rely on the approval of others to be happy. I still feel that way, but I'm spending time with people who put me down whenever I don't have their approval. That's probably what's making me feel so confused. Because I'm threatened out of the things that should make me happy. So, no matter what, it's like I have to be unhappy to be happy. Again, deep. It's making my head hurt. That must make it really difficult to feel comfortable with yourself. Being made to feel like you're wrong just for being the person you are. It really goes against everything I believe in, doesn't it? It goes against the kind of person I want to be. I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with a lot of things. Natsuki presses her palms into her forehead and shakes her head. I know it's best for me, but I keep convincing myself out of it. It's so much easier to be comfortably unhappy when it is to do something so scary. To do what? You know, to end it. With them? Natsuki nods. I didn't think you were actively considering that as an option. I wasn't until recently. This is one of those things where, like, it's been a certain way for so long that you just get used to it. Like, so much of you has gone into it, so much that it feels like that's just how your life is. And throwing it away is like throwing away such a big part of your life. Makes me feel sick to think about. Natsuki sighs. It's just really scary. It's terrifying. What are you scared of? I don't know, a lot of things. Like being alone. Not having anyone to talk or hang out with. Not being able to replace what I have with them. I don't want them to hate me. And I'm scared that they will hurt me for going against them. Physically? Not physically, but... Yuri clenches her fist. Natsuki. What? If anyone ever even thinks to cause you harm, I will unleash hell upon them. Bro! Let's go, Yuri! Best friend material. You have passed the test. God, get the knives out. Natsuki snorts in laughter. Don't laugh at me. Sorry, I like that. That's all. Oh. Well, I meant it. I know you did. Natsuki gives Yuri an endearing look. I needed it. As the conversation lapses, Natsuki again slides her box of cookies over to Yuri. Just take them, okay? I don't want other people to have them anymore. Are you sure? Natsuki nods. I'm sure. I will then. I'll enjoy them. Natsuki looks away, but a feeling of warmth spreads through her. She holds onto that feeling, knowing it will give her courage. How's this gonna end, though? I want to see a freaking hug between them or something. Ah, you're here first today. Mm-hmm. And you brought reading material. And you brought reading material. Mm-hmm. Natsuki is sitting with her in her usual spot, this time holding a volume of manga while her lunch sits beside her. Yuri sits down as well and opens her own book. It sucks when a good series has to come to an end. Like, it's such a big part of your life, and then one day there's nothing left. Makes you feel so empty. Unfortunately, I'm about to experience that myself. I'm on the last book of this series. That sucks. But there's also something satisfying about letting the story conclude. I don't know if I want to go on forever. Maybe. But there are some things that I wish could. On the other hand, have you ever read something that overstayed its welcome? Yeah, definitely. I can think of at least one thing I've read that got pretty unbearable, like, halfway through, and the ending really sucked. So, it sucks when something good has to end, but also sucks when they just keep inventing more plot until you don't like it anymore. What game, or, you know what, I'm trying to think of like a game or a movie I've seen, or a show I've seen that was like that. I know My Hero is kinda divisive when it comes to that. I don't know. I'll think about that one. I guess it sucks either way. Well, that's the nature of all things. They come to an end. The two fall silent. They slowly eat while making their way through their respective reading material. Except Natsuki doesn't seem to be touching her food at all. You don't go out during the weekends, right? Excuse me? Like, with friends, at the mall or downtown or whatever. Not a total shut-in, you know. Oh, my bad for making assumptions. Well, I'm sure I go out less often than other people, like you and the others in the club. I don't really meet with friends and arbitrarily spend time like that. I'm usually meeting with my board game group. Board game group? Hello? Board game group? It doesn't matter. It's just more nerdy stuff. Why do you ask anyway? I was just curious. I just realized I couldn't picture it, so I was just curious. Yuri looks at Natsuki and realizes that she's shaking. Don't look at me like that. Sorry. Natsuki pulls her knees into her chest and puts her head down. I can't take this. Did I do something? Yuri gets flustered, her mind racing over what she may have said or done. I did. I ended it. I texted them earlier, telling them. Then I just blocked them because I'm so afraid of the responses. My girl! And now it feels like I'm dying inside. Oh, that's... I'm sorry. Totally unsure of what to do, Yuri can barely find any words of support to offer. Meanwhile, the sound of Natsuki's unusually hard breathing fills the air. And she speaks again, barely above a whisper. Help me. I feel sick and I want to hit my head against things. Please help, I can't take this. Maybe having a panic attack. With that realization, Yuri's demeanor suddenly changes. I have experience with this, so I'll help you through it, okay? Oh, with the Sayori, I think, right? Is that what she's referring to when she was like on the ground? Natsuki meekly nods through her rapid breaths, head still buried in her knees. Yuri slides herself over to Natsuki and sits on the step behind her. And she puts her hands on Natsuki's shoulders. Can you feel my hands? Natsuki nods. Her shaking becomes much more apparent through Yuri's sense of touch. Yuri keeps her voice low and gentle. You're safe right now. You're in a good and safe place where nothing can hurt you. Natsuki nods once more. Although Yuri is only touching Natsuki's shoulders, she can practically feel her racing pulse between the base of her neck, or through the base of her neck. We'll do a breathing exercise together. All you have to do is listen to my breaths and breathe along with me. Let's breathe in now. Yuri takes a slow, deep breath. Beneath her hand, she feels Natsuki's shoulders rise as Natsuki takes a breath of her own, trying to mimic Yuri. They exhale together, although Natsuki's breath shakes on the way out. That's good. Let's keep going. Yuri breathes in once more, and Natsuki joins her. They continue like that for a few more cycles while Yuri closely monitors. Eventually, Yuri feels Natsuki rest more of her weight into Yuri's palms. Let's focus on the physical world. All you have to do is focus on the feeling of your breath going in and out, and the weight of my hands on your shoulders. You're in a safe and comfortable physical space. Minutes pass in silence. By now, the worst of it is past, but Yuri is determined not to move away until Natsuki prompts her to. Meanwhile, Natsuki has lifted her head off her knees, and her breathing has mostly steadied. She takes a final deep breath and slowly pulls herself to her feet, causing Yuri to let go. She stretches her arms.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to freak out. I don't know what my deal is.
You don't have to apologize. It must be enormously stressful for you.
Is that going to keep happening?
It may or it may not. We can take measures to help prevent it in the future, but I think it will naturally get better over time. Natsuki motions to sit back down again, so Yuri moves over. Yuri turns away to pick up her open book from the dusty floor, which she had hastily set down earlier. She brushes the dust off the cover. I don't think I could have gotten through that alone. You're not alone. Feeling shy again, Yuri speaks into her own lap. From now on, you don't have to do anything alone. As she says that, Yuri tenses up. It's rare for her to so openly share her thoughts, but something about Natsuki, of all people, makes it feel so much more natural to do so. Perhaps because, like Yuri, Natsuki is so timid and uncertain of herself. Natsuki does such a good job at hiding it that it's taken a long time for Yuri to finally realize it. And because of that, Yuri is able to deliver the reassurance that she herself would have wanted, demonstrating that you deserve the love of others. If you can accept that for the first time, then perhaps you can begin the tumultuous journey of learning to love yourself. Self-love. Oh my god, dude! And of course, Hug Energy is playing again. Bro.
Do you really mean that?
Probably gonna regret saying that if you do.
How so?
Because I'm probably gonna have a lot of free time during the weekends from now on. Bestie hangout? So give me permission to be as annoying as I want and drag you around to a lot of places.
I see.
But you already said it, so you can't take it back now. Ah. Well, I suppose I have no choice but to accept that responsibility then. Mm-hmm. I know a good ice cream place. Oh? That means you'll finally figure out my favorite ice cream flavor. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, you don't remember? The first day that you came to the club, you had guessed everyone's favorite ice cream flavor, but for me, you said you had no idea. Oh, I do remember that. Oh my god, dude, the freaking foreshadowing. Damn. Seriously? I don't remember that at all. Oh wait, yes I do. I said it was probably green tea. Yuri shakes her head. It's a good guess. My favorite is usually to get chocolate and raspberry together. Or, I should have said that more quietly, sorry. Chocolate and raspberry? How fancy. How is that fancy? Oh, I don't know. I feel like I should have guessed something like that. Well, next time I'll try chocolate and strawberry. Hey, strawberry is my favorite. I love this so much. What a coincidence. I think it helps to have something to look forward to. I still have the sick feeling in my stomach. It's easier now to convince myself that I did the right thing. Is there anything better I could be doing? Not that I know of. There's something that will make this easy for me. And you already did more than I thought anyone could. Come to think of it, we never talked about the letter you wrote. Oh, can we see it, please? I want to see it so bad. But I feel like we're way past it at this point. I don't even know what to talk about. Except that I think it helped me understand my needs a little bit better. The way I like to be treated. And the kinds of friends that I want to have. That's why I wanted to start coming here in the first place, even though I was so scared of causing more problems. I thought it was a coincidence that you ran into me here initially. Oh, well, not exactly. What do you mean? Nothing. I may have tracked you down first. With the help of Sayori. Oh, she was in on this? That's... But you said... I was shy, okay? Wasn't ready to, like... Whatever, you know what I'm saying. Well, I guess I'm glad that you worked with the courage. If it was in your own way. I can tell that you've been making a lot of difficult decisions. It's brave, and it'll make things better in the long run. I think anyone would be proud of you for it. Anyone? You mean, like you? Yes, like me. You know, I could get used to this. As long as you don't tease me too much. Fine. Just a little then. That's fine. I know uncertain everything feels to you right now. I really do think that good things are in store. Those are my honest feelings. Thanks. Feels nice to be reassured. The two girls continue their conversation through the remainder of lunch. But a new feeling hangs in the air, a feeling of greater certainty in their path forward. In just a few hours, there will be another literature club meeting where the 4 club members will happily spend time together. Each of them, all with their own special qualities, will have something more unique that they can deliver to one another. Through friendship and literature, the club members will continue to grow and find new happiness together. The end of each chapter is the start of the next. Yuri thinks to herself. Since she's about to finish her long-running series, it would be best to have a new book lined up. Perhaps this weekend would be a good time to visit the bookstore. Together. Man, oh man. Like, what do I even say, dude? It is just, like, what's the word? I am flabbergasted that this game is from a series that is from a genre that I don't really care for at all, being visual novels. The fact that this game, both the main game and these, have just hooked me so much. They have great music, great characterization, great dialogue. Like, it just... Oh, wait, we got more? Oh! We're not done yet. Never mind. Hold on, we're not done yet. We got one more. It's called Equals. Okay, we have time. We have like an hour, so I'm down. We're good. Alright, let's see. Dude, this picture right here. This picture right here is so goddamn good. Love it. I guess these are just stuff I gotta unlock secretly some way. Alright. Can we see her letter though? I'm trying to see. Okay, not that one. Where can we see Natsuki's letter? Hold on. I'm trying to see if we can see. I guess you can't. Maybe you'll lock it in this next part. We'll see. All right. Well, I guess this is the true finale. Equals. Let's see how this goes. Let's do it. Man, that's the best story by far, though. Like, I do love Monica and Sayori's story at the start. But that entire, like, part 1 and part 2 of Self-Love was phenomenal. Easily the best story. Easy. Okay, everyone. We're gonna be taking a break from the usual activities today. I was thinking, since people are starting to talk about the festival, it's a good time for us to go over the general direction of the club and all that. I think it'll help us figure out what to do for the festival, you know? Oh, Sayori and I already came up with a really good plan. Really? For the festival?
Yeah, so the plan is this, okay? You and Yuri collect information ahead of time on which clubs and classes are doing food booths. Then we take a map and plan the most efficient route, and get to most of them before the lines get too long.
It has something to do with the club.
Well, you have to let me finish.
Alright, fine, go ahead.
Right, so basically we get all the food we can, then we can come back here and we all eat together. That's all.
Well, I guess we're tricked twice by the same joke. Boo, don't be a hater. It's not like you can come up with anything better. Like, even Yuri was thinking about it. No, I wasn't. I would prefer just being literature related. We can eat together we can eat together anytime. The festival is a unique opportunity. Besides, it's been quite a while since we've seen a new interest in the club. For now. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. We could really get a shot at showing people what the Literature Club is all about. I'll tell you what, we can do both, right? We'll make time for your food mission and still put together a public event.
Oh my gosh, yes! I was just joking, but that's a really good idea.
Well, I'm glad that's settled. I think the question is how to come up with an event that demonstrates everything you can get out of the literature club.
Well, that's kind of tough because everyone gets something different out of the club.
Okay, how about this? Let's go around and have each of us talk about what we've gotten out of the club so far. That could really help us figure out what kind of reputation we want to build.
Yeah.
That's too embarrassing.
Aw, but you have so much to talk about.
That's exactly why. I'm sure Natsuki feels the same way.
Well, maybe, but I didn't plan on arguing against it or anything. I mean, it's literature club. We can talk about this stuff together, right? The only way to get more comfortable with it is to suck it up and do it.
Oh, you're not wrong. I'm sorry for being resistant.
It's not good to say suck it up because it sounds like their feelings don't matter.
Right, my bad. It's just a habit I need to break. Well, anyway, who's gonna start?
I'll start. I was the first to join after all.
Aha, wouldn't that be me? Kinda.
No, I want to go first.
Fine, you can start. I don't mind.
Yay. So, God, it feels so long ago. I think I joined because I wanted to have fun with sharing poems with people. It seemed like it'd be a safe way to express myself, you know? Like if it's just a poem I could share without feeling like I'm burdening everyone with my problems. And I thought it would be a really good way to get to know other people too. So yeah, I was really surprised when I walked in and it was just Monica.
Just Monica, haha!
And she was sleeping.
Don't remind me of that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, but it seemed like so much fun to help start a new club. Especially since writing helped me so much, I wanted to see it help other people too. But it ended up being me who was inspired. Because I remember feeling like Monica was just so sweet and mature, and I could trust with anything. Made me feel a lot less alone, having someone who knew even the bad things about me. And at that point, I knew the literature club was going to be special for a lot of people.
Yeah, I felt the same way. It really helped give the club a more cohesive vision.
Yeah, and then Yuri joined, but she was so different from us, and Natsuki too. I think for Yuri, it really helped for me to take the lead before she was able to open up a little. But Natsuki was kind of the opposite, where she wasn't ready to get really close to someone really quickly. Never really thought about that sort of thing. I really feel like I've gotten better at understanding people's different needs. That makes me really happy, because my friendship is the most important thing to me. And whatever new members we get, I want to help them in those ways too.
I don't know if I would have continued to come to the club if it weren't for you.
Really?
I know it wasn't too long ago, but it hurts thinking about my behavior back then. I was really short-sighted. The reason I came was to find others who were into fantasy. I suppose that was my idea of making friends with people. I remember feeling uncomfortable because you and I have such different energy. I had such a specific idea of the kind of person I could be friends with, so when Sayuri tried to get to know me, I felt like I was just wasting your time. I think I was naive to assume that similar interests were the key component of friendship. Sayuri and I were able to be friends because she always thinks about the needs of other people. That's something I never knew how to do, or even thought to do. Excuse me. But I stayed in the club thanks to that, and I started trying as hard as I could to understand people better. You really went above and beyond when it came to that. I was just super impressed. Well, I always hated that I didn't know how to behave like a person who was easily liked by others, like the two of you can. And because of that, I spent so much time thinking about my own behavior and all the wrong things I said. But the whole time I should have been thinking about other people instead, not myself. Once I started doing that, I was able to make friends with everyone else. Oh, also, I discovered that sometimes I'm a better communicator when I take the time to write, rather than speak. It's so strange that the way things turned out is so far different from anything I ever would have expected. But I'm happy. I suppose we don't always know what we really need.
Oh my gosh! You're so cute now I'm going to throw up.
Okay, please don't do that, Sayuri. Please don't do that. Besides, I'm not cute.
Hey, isn't that my line?
Oh. Well, for me it's actually true, so...
But what are you saying?
Nothing. I finished my part, so somebody else take their turn.
My heart!
Sorry, please take some deep breaths.
Okay, fine, I'll go.
Yuri, I can't believe you were complaining about doing this and still went before me. What a show-off. I was just following up on Sayuri. It was the easiest way to get it over with. Besides, you left out the most important thing that you get out of this club. I did? Yeah, we're gonna spy your favorite cupcakes.
Oh no, I forgot that too! I'm a traitor to the cupcake queen!
No, that cupcake queen! How dare! Strike her down with fucking frosting. Make sure it's actually frosting and not something else. That that reviewer forgiven. Looks like only Monica will be getting cookies this time.
No!
I can't eat that many cupcakes. Yeah, true. Only Yuri can. Hey. Well, anyway, I'm just putting off talking. Kind of hard to talk about this stuff. But I guess what it comes down to is that I'm in a much better place mentally than I was when I first joined. That's because everyone helped me realize that I had some really toxic friendships going on outside the club. It was honestly a really painful thing to go through, having to cut them out. It still hurts to think about.
I'm sorry, Natsuki.
It's fine, I knew it was for the best, and I was right. I guess for me, it's all about feelings. I was only ever ridiculed for having feelings, so I thought the right thing to do was to just ignore them. It took me a really long time to realize that it's not really how things are supposed to work. And I guess that's thanks to everyone who took the time to respect my feelings, even when I was being like the biggest jerk. I'm really sorry for being such a jerk to everyone. I was really the worst. Natsuki's voice chokes a little.
We love you, Natsuki.
I just hate that I was like that. Everyone did so much for me, and I could never do anything in return. That's not true. Natsuki, you've done a lot more than you think. This club really wouldn't have been the same without you. I mean that. Remember how judgmental I was when you first showed up? It was like I couldn't accept anything other than my own idea of what a literature club was supposed to be. Apparently, that was more important to me than the opportunity to bring you some happiness. You really taught me that anything that makes someone happy is worthy of respect. Even inspired me to start playing piano. That means a whole lot to me. That scene was cute too. That picture of Monica Natsuki watching Monica play piano, that was awesome. There's no need to put yourself down. Okay. Natsuki wipes her eyes.
You help me a lot too. It's so much fun to have you around. You help me become a better person. Having a problem doesn't make you needy or inconvenient. It means that there's something that needs to be better for you, and you always deserve that.
I agree. Seeing us have some of the same struggles made me a better person as well. I wouldn't want to change anything about our time here. I don't think any of us would. I'm sorry I got all dramatic again. That's all I wanted to say, so Monica can go now. No need to apologize. It was something I wanted to talk about anyways, because it made a big difference for me. I was always such a strict perfectionist who never took enough time to believe in the best of other people. But everyone kept proving me wrong. I made the mistake multiple times thinking that my way was the best for everyone. Or thinking I was needed to solve other people's problems. But I think being a leader means that you have to acknowledge that you're not perfect, and that the best thing you can do is to help guide people, rather than to do everything for them. We're all good people. We're all equals. That's the title. I think that's the most important thing I've gotten out of the club, realizing what that really means. Sorry, what are you doing?
I just thought that we should be writing some of these things down. Things about the club that are valuable to us.
With a piece of chalk in her hand, Sari writes the word trust on the chalkboard.
Just because you showed me that I could trust you with everything about me, not just my good side.
Suddenly Yuri takes out a piece of chalk as well. She writes understanding. Oh, all the titles! Oh, this is cute! They're gonna write all the episode titles. I owe a lot of gratitude to everyone who took the time to understand me, even though it was difficult for me to express myself. In that case... Writes for respect, yep. Love that. I always thought I was a respectful person, but it took the club for me to realize there was more to it than I thought, and I'm a better person because of it.
I have another one.
Balance, yep.
Sometimes people want different things out of a friendship, and they need time before they're ready to become close. It's important to keep things balanced between you and the other person.
That reminds me. Reflection, yep, and then we're getting self-love next from probably Natsuki. I've always been a reflective person, but most of it has been nothing more than hating myself for all the things I thought I did wrong. Once I started reflecting on other people and not just myself, a lot of things changed for me. So I think that's the most important one for me. That's great, we have a whole list of things now. Suddenly everyone turns to look at Natsuki. Well, everyone took out the chalk. Don't look at me like that, jeez. You could have just asked. Monica hands her a piece of chalk to Natsuki. She writes self-love, yep. I don't know how far I've gotten with it yet, but
Feels like things are at least on the right track. So there, that's my contribution. Together, everyone stares at the words on the board. Wasn't this club supposed to be about literature?
It is. We still do a lot of literature. Friendship and literature.
Yeah, you're right. Friendship and literature. Natsuki and Yuri gently nod as well. Hey, let's all take a picture together. We don't have one yet, right?
Hey, you're right. Make sure you send it to me after.
Wait, can I brush my hair first or something? Oh, you're fine. You already have the best hair out of all of us. Yes and no. I still like Sayori's like short bob hair the best, but they all have amazing hairstyles. I love it. Everyone, I can't say. Hold on, I don't want to stutter. Everyone, get together. I can't fit you all in. Okay. Okay, everyone ready? And click. Where's the picture? Oh, was that it? I'm really glad we talked about this stuff. It's easy to forget how far we've come with only 4 members.
Yeah. I have so many happy thoughts right now. I'm getting some really good inspiration for a poem.
You know, I feel the same way. I kind of want to get some writing done.
Me too.
I think I like that as well. Everyone's looking at me again. I'll do it too, but I'm gonna not feel like sharing it. That's okay. 4 members of the literature club disperse and return to their desks, each equipping themselves with a pen. Natsuki and Yuri give each other a quick glance and start writing immediately. Sayori stretches and does the same, but Monika is left tapping her pen against the paper, unsure of where to start. Just move your hand. Monika mouths to herself. Right the way into your heart. Oh, there we go. There's that saying again. Her mind full of thoughts, memories, and inspiration, Monika navigates past her mental barriers and begins to write. Doesn't matter what, just that it's something new. I was gonna say, don't just end on Monika and do the scary face as like a prelude to the main game. Oh, here we go. Okay, we're doing this again? Oh man, is that it? Nice. Okay. Nice. Again, love the new artwork for the characters. I love this. That was great, dude. Give me a round of applause for this game, please. Or put Pog in chat if you're a subscriber, because this was amazing. Like, seriously. This was awesome. I gotta say, guys, like, I do want to do a top 50 game stream in the future. This might be on it now. Somewhere. Maybe not, like, super high, but somewhere. Like, I really, really love this game. Both the main game and the side stuff. I really do. Honestly, might be a hot take. I prefer this over the main game. Really. I adore the main game. You know, it's all creepy and shit, and it, like, gets really, really dark and deep, but all these side stories have been just so engaging and emotional. Like, maybe I'm not alone, I don't know, but, like, I think now having done them all, I think the side stories to me are better than the main game. I do. I loved the first one, I loved the last one. My 2 favorites by far. All the pictures that we saw were awesome. Especially that Sayori hugging Monika one. Like, seriously. I am so glad I returned to this game after playing it last year. I thought it was so worth it. Man. Like, I want to play more now, honestly. I want to play more visual novel games. I think this is the game that really got me into it. Thank you, dear player, for joining our story of friendship and literature. Aww. By Team Salvato. Well done, Team Salvato. Now, apparently, I didn't unlock everything. I think I might have to go back to Ah! This is cute! Look at this! I love it. Their poses also look accurate. Man.
Man, man, man. There we go. We got the achievement. Finish all the side stories. Let's go. Yeah, see, we still have some to unlock here, which I guess I gotta unlock myself, like, off screen. Which is fine. Oh, we still have more. Wait a minute. There's a funny one? Oh, that's cute! Oh, this is cute. Look at this. You got Yuri doing the little mustache with her hair. Oh, that's adorable. Man, oh man, this game is just incredible. Well, look at this artwork of Halloween. This is cute. Look at Monica with the non-ponytail. It's like actual long hair. Awesome. Dude, I love this. Monica's birthday. Yeah, like concept art here. This is cute. Wow, man. Alright. Thank God there's no picture of that one scene. You know what. Thank God. Alright. Well, guys, I believe that is it. So, thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. This was an amazing experience. I will say right now, this is definitely up there in terms of my favorite playthroughs of 2024. Easily. Not even close. Maybe not number 1, but we'll see. But it might be, like, top 5. I don't know, but, I gotta think about it. But this year's has been great for playthroughs, honestly. And this game's just another, like, really, really good one. Alright, so the next one will be a surprise playthrough, which was not originally planned for Spooky Month, but I have an extra day to do something spooky, and I picked another, game to play through. One you might have heard of, a very, very spooky game called Poppy Playtime, which I did attempt to play back in the day, but I couldn't because of tech issues. So I now have more RAM, so I could hopefully run it more efficiently, and I'm really excited for that. Should be a one-parter too, because the game's the first chapter is pretty short, so it should be a one-part playthrough, hopefully, unless I just suck that bad, but we'll see. Alright, well, YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed as well. Make sure you guys, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time for my playthrough. I guess, well, it's not like a first-time playthrough, because I did attempt to play it before, but I'll still call it that, I guess, because why not? But, yeah, I will see you guys next time for my playthrough of Poppy Playtime. Chapter 1.